Hello my loves, how are you all today? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Silvina, and in today's video we're going to do once again my celebrity style analysis, and today's the day of Carolyn Bessette-Kennedy. So basically we're going to talk a little about how I see her style, then I'm going to give you a few tips on how to get her style, and at the end I will show you some outfit ideas inspired in some of her outfits. I did a poll a few weeks ago on who you wanted to see next, and the majority of you voted for her, so here it is. And just to add to this, she's one of my personal style idols, so I take a lot of inspiration from her. So Carolyn Bessette-Kennedy was a publicist and a high society member born on January 7 of 1966, and she was a Capricorn just like me. Although she was already quite known, she rose to celebrity status when she married John F. Kennedy Jr., who was the son of John F. Kennedy Sr., who's the former president of the United States, and Jackie Kennedy. She was a publicist for Calvin Klein, that's where she met her husband, but before that she started as a saleswoman for that same brand. She had such a charm and effortless grace about her that Susan Sokol, who was a sales coordinator for the company, recommended her for a position dealing with high-profile clients, which she obviously was accepted for, and later on became the director of shows production for the company by the time that she left. Unfortunately, she passed away on a plane crash in 1999 alongside her husband and her sister Lauren, but she's still remembered up until today as a symbol of elegant style and timeless beauty. And although she was like very beautiful and very graceful, she was never really a very public person. She practically never gave interviews to paparazzi who followed her all the time. She was not very much in the public eye, so her style is how she communicated herself, and is probably one of the things that people love and remember most about her. She had an impeccable style, in my opinion, very fitting for the New Yorker high society lifestyle. So some of the key aspects of Carolyn Bessette-Kennedy's style are: first of all, is that Carolyn's style is epitomized by the notion that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. She had an eye for selecting pieces with clean lines and minimalist designs, which allowed her natural beauty and confidence to shine through. She often opted for clean, understated silhouettes that accentuated her figure without being, too flashy or too much. But this is not to say that her style was boring, not at all. I think personally that her style was very powerful. To sum up this concept, is very much, what we now call the quiet luxury or the stealth wealth aesthetic. Then another thing is that she mainly wore neutral colors: black, white, beige, navy, and gray, which added to the timeless elegance of her wardrobe. These colors allowed her to create effortless and, sophisticated looks that transcends any trends. Another thing is that Carolyn understood the importance of well-tailored pieces, and she always looked incredibly polished and put together. Whether it was a sleek blazer, a perfectly fitted dress, or a sharply tailored coat, her clothing always fit impeccably, enhancing her silhouette and exuding sophistication. She also invested in high-quality fabrics that draped beautifully on her body and, lent a sense of luxury to her wardrobe. From cashmere sweaters to silk blouses, Carolyn's wardrobe was filled with pieces that were both luxurious and understated. And she also played with textures to add depth and visual interest to her looks. Some of the fabrics that she wore the most are silk, cashmere, cotton, leather, and wool, all natural and high quality. Another thing is that while her style was quite minimalist, she paid a lot of attention to detail. Whether it was a strategically placed seam, a subtle texture, or a well-chosen accessory, she understood how to elevate her looks with, carefully chosen details. Another thing is that she effortlessly combined classic pieces that created looks that were both polished yet relaxed at the same time. She often paired tailored pants with, simple blouses, or a slip dress with a tailored blazer, epitomizing casual sophistication. Her style exuded an innate sense of elegance and refinement. Whether she was attending a formal event or running errands, she always maintained, a polished and poised demeanor. Then, while her clothing were quite minimal, she knew how to accessorize effectively, and we kind of already said this. She often relied in minimal jewelry, just like, delicate earrings or minimal blazers, to add just a touch of something to her looks. And lastly, Carolyn embraced, a more natural approach to beauty, often opting for minimal makeup makeup and very effortless hairstyles. Her fresh face look complemented her understated style, emphasizing her radiant complexion and enhancing her overall elegance. I must assume that she had a very good skincare routine because her skin was just beautiful. So the fit of her clothes was very appropriate to her body, which I might assume that it was a rectangle or a soft hourglass, never too tight, never too loose, but at the same time her outfits are never too revealing and never too covered. She shows her body in all of the right proportions, which maintains this aura of class and elegance that represented her so well. And after all that we said, I think that there are a few things that we might learn from her and her style, and that is that classic pieces of simple cuts and neutral colors are always functional because they always look good. There's no way to fail with this type of wardrobe, and you will always have something to wear. But this is not to say that bold colors or a little bit more eccentric shapes are not functional, but they necessarily have to be consistent throughout your whole wardrobe, and they have to work for you and your body, which is not always the case for everyone. Her wardrobe was very functional for her and her body, but the thing is that it's probably also very functional for most people because it's very simple and classic. That's why her style is so loved, so recognized, and so sought for to replicate, because it's easy, it's effortless, and it's super chic at the same time. And another thing that her and her style teaches us is that your style is a reflection of who you are and not what the fashion industry or trends dictate. Her style remained very simple and true to herself despite her being so involved in the fashion industry for so many years. She constantly saw new trends, she constantly was involved with the fashion industry, but her style always remained quite simple and quite classic and quite minimalist. And that is because she herself was like that. She was like very sober, very private, and very unpretentious. So that's another thing. Trends are, very fun to play and experiment with once in a while if you like so, but I think that ultimately you should remain quite truthful to your style, whatever that is. But this is just my personal opinion. So by this point you may be wondering, how do I get the Carolyn Bessette-Kennedy look? And I have the answer for you. First of all, invest in timeless basics. So build a wardrobe around classic pieces that have a timeless appeal. This can include, tailored blazers, button-down shirts, well-fitted trousers, cashmere sweaters, tailored coats, little black dresses, slip dresses, a classic trench coat, ballet flats, and a structured bag. Then number 2 is to stick to a neutral color palette. This could be black, white, beige, gray, navy, baby blue, and those type of colors. These colors create a cohesive and sophisticated look that will always stand the test of time. But while she generally favored, solid colors, she often occasionally added a print. And this could be, like a pinstripe or a subtle check, delicate flower pattern, or, like the iconic animal print coat. However, these prints were also very, understated, nothing too extremely flashy, and they were in neutral colors too to, maintain that minimalist and sophisticated look. Then number 3 is to prioritize quality over quantity. So following this principle, it's better to invest in high quality fabrics and well constructed garments that will stand the test of time. So look for high quality materials like cashmere, silk, leather, denim, wool, cotton that feel comfortable to wear. Then number 4 is to focus on tailoring, and this follows along a little bit with the previous point. So pay attention to fit and tailoring of each piece. Opt for pieces that flatter your body and that have very clean lines. Good tailoring can make a significant difference on how pieces look in your body, and they totally elevate any look. Number 5 is to keep your accessories quite minimal. So stick to simple jewelry like a dainty earring, a dainty necklace, a classic watch, or an elegant pair of sunglasses. Number 6 is to aim for an effortlessly chic appearance by combining different classic pieces. So you can combine more tailored pieces with more relaxed pieces to keep yourself a little bit more modern and fresh while still looking very refined. Number 7 is to pay attention to details. And this could be to incorporate a little detail like a texture or a structure or a minimal embellishment to add interest to your outfits. So always focus on the quality of craftsmanship and the small details to elevate your look. And lastly, you have to cultivate your confidence. Carolyn Bessette-Kennedy, like we said, she didn't really have like a very public persona, so she was very mysterious, but she was also seen as very confident. So whatever you wear it with confidence and grace and poise. And I think it's very interesting because if you watch my videos on how to look more elegant, or any creator on this platform that talked about this topic of how to look more elegant and put together. All of these are the exact same tips that we give you. And I think that is, you know, like very telling of her and her style. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and that you got some sort of inspiration. Let me know down in the comment section which celebrity would you like me to talk about next. Lastly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications down below. And as always, I will leave the links in the description box of all of my social media so you can go check them out. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day. I will see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao!